Hello children, the next is the plotting of y is equal to cos inverse x. Like we did for sine inverse x, we plotted the curve of sine first, like you saw in the previous video of mine. That for plotting the sine inverse curve, sine inverse of sine, I plotted sine x curve and showed you that how and why we restrict the domain. Similarly, I'll show it to you about cos x. Like first I'm going to draw the curve for cos x, the curve for cos x. And as I told you, many times you'll be doing this and it will be helpful to you to remember it. Like we had drawn this and then we are going to draw vertical lines. Okay, I'm not drawing too many lines. This is x dash. Then we have this is line +1, -1. This is pi by 2, minus pi by 2, pi, minus pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. How did we start? Here the curve started from here. Like it went from here to this is the curve. That's how it went. Oh, sorry. I'll just draw a little neater curve. Like it is going from here. Then it is going from here to here. And it is going from here to here. Okay. Here also the domain of cos x is set of real numbers. Set of real numbers all R and range is -1 to 1. Again we are going to restrict the domain of this function cos x so that it can be converted into the inverse function. For function we told you that the thing is that no two ordered pair should have the first component same. That means vertical line test should be held for it also. In the previous case we took the thing between minus pi by 2 to pi. Here we are going to take the curve between 0 and pi. We are going to restrict from 0 to pi. 0 to pi. Now 0 to pi means if you just look at this, we start from 0 and go till pi. 0 to pi. This is 0 to pi. First and second quadrant. In the first quadrant, cos x is positive. In the second quadrant, cos x is negative. So it will get both the values positive as well as negative. Is that clear? So that is why we are restricting it to first and second quadrant. Like we restricted sine inverse x to first and the fourth quadrant, here we are restricting it to first and second quadrant. Some people will again ask that can we put it into some other quadrant so that we get plus minus? Yes, you can. But the question is the convention of defining is like that, so we'll do that only. Now, how are we going to draw the curve? You see, in sine x, sine inverse curve, we told you it was between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and the line 0 was coming in between. But here what is happening is, this is line x dash, which will give you 0, and then you will get, we are saying 0 to pi, we are saying 0 to pi, so in between somewhere it will be pi by 2 also, in between it will be somewhere pi by 2 and then pi, and here it is this, so we are saying 0, pi by 2 and pi, and again we are restricting it to -1 to 1, because we have interchanged the domain and range. It is +1, and we start from here. This is the curve for cos inverse x. Y is equal to cos inverse x. Please notice, let me make it a little better. Try and make it a little better. It's not a straight line, it's a curve. Y is equal to cos inverse x. I should have taken -1 plus 1 closer a little bit. I took it far away. So it gives you an idea. It gives you an idea for cos inverse x. Now this cos inverse curve is above x-axis. Sine inverse curve, in sine inverse x curve, the x-axis was in between. Half the curve was below x-axis, half the curve was above x-axis. But in this particular cos inverse case, the complete graph is above x-axis. It is from 0 to 2 pi. It is 0 to pi. 0 to pi. So we again, the cos was cos x is positive in first quadrant. It is positive in first quadrant. Cos x is negative in second quadrant. So we will get all the values, positive as well as negative values. So we have taken the the interval (0 to pi). We have taken the interval 0 to pi. Okay, so let us now write down the domain. What is the domain of the function? What is the value? Domain is between -1 and 1. It is interchanged. Domain is -1 to 1. And range is of course 0 to pi. 0 to pi. It is between 0 and pi. 0 and pi. And what is it bounded? Yes, it is bounded because there are two horizontal lines in which it is restricted. What is f minimum? Minimum value of the function is 0 and maximum value of the function is pi. Maximum value is pi. So this is about cos inverse x. This is about cos inverse x. Similarly, let us draw about tan inverse. Tan and tan inverse. Like I have done that, I have every time I have drawn first the basic curve from that curve. Like if I am drawing sine inverse x, then I have drawn the curve of sine x. If I am drawing cos inverse x curve, then I have drawn the cos curve. Now I am drawing tan inverse curve. For tan inverse x curve, what I am going to do is I am going to first draw the curve for tan x. Let us see that. Heading is y is equal to tan inverse x. Y is equal to cos inverse x. Okay. Now let's see tan inverse x function. First I am going to draw the function of tan x. Y is equal to tan x. Y is equal to tan x. Again the same thing. We are going to draw the lines here. This is x dash. Then you draw y dash, y dash, and then we draw the vertical lines. This way you will be able to remember the curve. If you're going to look at the curve so many times, if you're doing the practice, then you will be able to understand the curve also. What we are going to do is 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. And we are explaining to you the same thing time and again. Also, we are repeating so many times so that things are clear to you. Now when we write 10x, actually 10x is sin x upon cos x. Sin x upon cos x. You know very well that if cos x is going to be 0, if cos x is 0, 10x will be not defined. Not defined. It will be not defined. And cos x is 0 where? Cos x is 0 at cos x is 0 when x is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. 2n plus 1 pi by 2. When odd multiples of pi by 2 are there, then cos x is not defined. Cos x is not defined. And 10x will be sin 0 upon cos 0, suppose. Sin 0 is 0, sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1. So it will become 0. So 10x is 0 when sine is 0. And then sine is 0 at n pi. Sine is 0 at n pi. So the curve of this particular thing, 10x will come like this. It is 0, the curve is 0 at x is equal to 0. And it is not touching, it is going towards the line pi by 2 or minus pi by 2. Similarly, the next like this. Similarly, it will be here. Now for this, when we are going to, we have to restrict the domain of this function also to get the inverse of this function. Like in sine, we restricted the domain from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For cos, we restricted the domain 0 to 2 pi. Here again we are going to restrict the domain between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. When we are going to draw the curve of y is equal to tan inverse x, how are we going to do it? We are going to restrict the domain minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We are going to restrict the domain between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We are going to restrict the domain here. We are going to restrict the domain here. So what kind of figure will we get? Again the same thing. It will be 0. It is minus pi by 2. It is pi by 2. Now when we draw the graph of tan inverse x, it will go something like this. Superman. It is Superman. It's just the reverse of Superman. S is extended, like it is going from, this is a shape of S. Now domain is restricted to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If you draw a vertical line and if you happen to produce a vertical line test, you will realize that the curve will be cut by a vertical line at only one place. So it is a function. Tan inverse x is a function. Tan inverse x is a function. Now let us write what is the domain. Domain is the values which the function can take at x around the x value. It is going to infinity, from minus infinity to plus infinity. Wherever you take a point on the graph of tan inverse x and you drop a perpendicular on x-axis, you will get a point. You will get a value. So domain is set of real numbers or minus infinity to plus infinity. Is the same thing. Writing in different ways. Either you write out minus infinity to plus infinity, or you write down as set of real numbers. Now what is the range? Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. You see, range is this, but it is not touching. That is why it is not a closed bracket. It's not a closed bracket. Does it have a root? Yes, it has a root. The root is where the curve cuts the x-axis at x is equal to 0. One root is there. One root is there. Asymptotes, it's got horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote at y is equal to minus pi by 2 and y is equal to pi by 2. It's a bounded function. It is a bounded function. All inverse functions are bounded function. All inverse functions are bounded function. So we are taking the help of the original functions, and from them we are drawing the corresponding function. We are drawing the corresponding function. For drawing the function of tan inverse x, I took the help of y is equal to tan x. I took the function y is equal to 10x. Let's write y is equal to 10x. Otherwise you may get confused that I'm writing wrong or something like. So, but it is written here, but even then I'll write it. It is 10x here. And then let us see here also. Yeah, y is equal to cos x. Y is equal to cos x. Similarly here, okay, here we had not written, so it doesn't matter. We had written 5 sine inverse x. Okay, so this gives us functions sine inverse x, cos inverse x, and tan inverse x. I'll be doing 3 more functions with you. Inverse function for the time being. Thank you.